Okay, so today I'm going to share with you, I'm going to put a light on actually, guys, what I actually do physically to get my script ready for the day. Okay, today I'm actually recording a live script later, and Dan's written me a specific script because he doesn't always like what I record. He doesn't feel it's specific enough. So today he sent me a specific script. So what I do is I get my Dan. He can write me a script if he feels that I'm off track, and he sends it to me on WhatsApp. Okay, so this is the script for today. He actually calls it something, you see, and I've got it on a Google Doc. How cool is that? And what I do first is I make it smaller and put it underneath my webcam so that it's easy for me to read. Okay, I'll go as small as it allows me to, and that makes sure I'm not looking all over the place. Okay, so that's now underneath my webcam. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is, this won't be in there, so that won't be there, that won't be there either. And the reason behind doing like a bio or called humble brag is simply because it makes us highly referable, and people then get to know who it is we are and what it is we do. So we got our cat here that she wants to be part of this particular video, and what I have here, I have this here so I can practice it, but I also like it on my script, so just so it's always the same. So I'll open that up by double clicking. Come on, little thing, you can open up. She's not having it. Let me just pause a minute. So, and then I'm just going to copy it. Just highlight all, so you can click on it, and then you can just press Control and A. And then I find the space where it'll be. Then I'm going to put in humble brag or bio in here, so I know where it's going to be. In here. So you've got videos that tell you how to structure these. Okay, and the reason behind all these videos is what makes these powerful, and the whole point of this is that this is here as a hook to capture people's attention if it's valuable to them. So it's polarizing. It's only people who actually need this right now. If you don't need it, you won't read it, and if you do need it, you'll read it and go, oh, I need to see that. This is to help people to actually see what it is you're going to talk about, see if it's actually worth them carrying on. And then this is what we call the call to action. No, that should be above and that should be below. So everything is ready to go now. Now you see I've got it nice and skinny, because you've got it out really, really long. You end up going like this and you get lost and stuff. And another thing you can do, if you're doing this and you've got a lot of words and you feel a bit scary monster, is to see the 3 dots at the top. You can just go to the highlighter, and what you could do is just highlight things in different colours. You need to actually allocate it first. You've got yellow, go like that. That's strange, it's not working for me. There you go. And then you can like just, it helps your brain to recognise where you are, okay? So I could even do like little small effects like that. So if you find it hard to spot where you're on the text, just get some lighter coloured highlighters to keep you on track. You can even put spaces between. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to rush through it, that's the other point. Okay? So position it the way you want to. I mean, sometimes for some people, even you go through the script and you can go like this, and you can literally read it to yourself, go, estate agents want to remove the 3, then you'd probably take a breath, so you then press return for that. The 3 biggest objections that people have to using your services, so that people have to using your services. So that actually helps you to know when you take the small break when you are actually reading. So give me the next 5 minutes, you can press return there, and I will show you the video review formula that breaks down the objections of your ideal clients before they even meet you in person. Now when I go to read that again later, you see, if I'm recording, it's much easier. So especially if you've not done this before and you want to make it easier for yourself and don't have to worry, because you've already got that scheduled in a way that makes sense. Because sometimes if you're reading, let's stretch it out, let's say that's like, but hey, I get it, ask if the video reviews never came up in your state agency training, you might just stop at the wrong place because you don't know where to take a breath. Does that make sense? Some people can just do it as it is. There's a long line. But if you're finding it tricky, you want to make it as easy for yourself as possible. So you can just do the return. That's what I call the return track. Okay? Sometimes you look at this and go, you know, I wouldn't say it quite like that. Now, if Daniel's written you a script, you wouldn't change this part because that's your hook, and he's already tested that for the audiences for you. You wouldn't change this part because this is your promise of value, so he's already tested this to make sure it works and will have people to carry on listening. And you wouldn't change this because what's called the call to action, which he's already tested for you yet again. So you wouldn't change those three. Your bio should always remain the same because that's what makes you highly referable. You might want to change it a few times so that when you're first starting out, so you can get something that actually means something. And sometimes you're improving your service as you go, so this will keep adding. You add to it and take the other stuff away, but you want to keep this as short as possible. And if you can practice that, like practice it every day in front of a mirror, it's a really cool thing to do. And remember to smile as well. You will find it just becomes easier to do anyway, okay? And then you'll be able to do it off by heart. So that's some of my key parts to helping people record their own videos if they are not sure, okay? Many people don't know. They have in their minds that this is really hard to do, but actually there's lots and lots of tricks that you can do to make this easier for you, okay? And I know many people who I've worked with have actually broken up and then stitched it back together again. But I'm going to show you a trick today that means you don't have to do that, okay? Now the other thing we're doing is because we're telling people how long it's going to be, the point of that is that people already know how long this video is going to be, so they don't think it's going to be for 10 hours or an hour or whatever, and just saying how long it's going to take. Now, Dan always puts in the next 5 minutes, but what I like to do is I actually like to time it, so that's what we're going to do now, okay? So I'm going to see if it really is going to take 5 minutes, because it actually only takes 3.5. I want people to know something could take 3.5, because if they're short on time, like they see 5 minutes, they think, have I even got 5 minutes right now? I'll watch it later, and guess what happens? No one actually does. So it's important if it's only going to take 3 minutes to tell them so. That makes sense. If it's going to be 10 minutes to tell them so too, because if they have the 10 minutes, they're interested, they will watch. If they don't feel like it's important enough, guess what? They won't. Okay. So let's just do this now. I would have Loom out like I have now. I would press play over here because that's where the little black button is. And if you want Loom, I'll send you the link if you're not sure how to get the link, okay? So just ask me, drop me a line below if you want anything like this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I press go and I'm going to read the script. So I'm looking at the camera. Estate agents want to remove the 3 biggest objections people have when to using your services. Give you the next 5 minutes and I will show you the video review formula that breaks down the objections of your ideal clients even before they meet you in person. But hey, I get it. Asking for video reviews never came up in your estate agent training. So if you would like the video review scripts that diffuse the 3 biggest objections that you get at valuations, drop me a line below this video. My name is Tina Sanford. I'm the founder of estateagentsuccess.com, and in all of our videos, we've been helping UK estate agents to launch their £2, oops, I got 3 fingers after, £2 and £5 ads that do 95% of the work for you. And this is so you can book in more valuations and ensure that all local homeowners are well aware of why they want you to sell their property. Take a breath. Oh, I forgot to press go, guys. Gonna have to start again now. Not really. Now, there's one major problem that needs to be solved before you can get a full pipeline as an independent estate agent. This is the fact that many of your competitors get called out to value the same properties that you do and have an equal or better chance of winning the instruction. As a matter of fact, most estate agents only get 2 chances to speak to a homeowner and help them to see why they're the best choice. Now, once they reach out to you, the estate agent in the first place, and once during the valuation meeting. The issue is that your competitors are on an even playing field with you, since they get called out to value these properties too. But these valuers have the added advantage that many of them don't actually even have to worry about any particular marketing price. Now, this comes down to the fact that their main goal on every valuation is simple: to get the property on the market with their agency. And at the end of the day, when you're checking Rightmove and you see a price reduction on the property that you valued 6 weeks ago, it hurts. The biggest problem is that by the time you value the property and your competitors value the property, there are objections to your service that are almost impossible to break down. You know the typical ones such as, I don't believe my house would be worth what you're telling me. All the other agents assured me that it was worth £20,000 more. And you know the truth. You know their price will be reduced after a slow 6 weeks on the market and little to no viewings. But at that point, you only get two choices. You can be combative, at which point you've already lost, or you just bite your tongue and walk away. So, what this video review formula does is it breaks down your biggest objections that other homeowners have to your services and to your marketing price by sharing the experiences of your clients with them beforehand. And at this point in the digital space, with so many estate agents in every city and town, how many of us, think about this, have looked at written reviews and wondered, are these real or are they made up? Now, I'd like to believe that every written testimony is truthful, but the issue is that they're very easy to edit and falsely create in this day and age, okay? And very few people would doubt a video testimonial, okay? Very few people would actually doubt a video testimonial. Now, the only issue with many video testimonials is that while they're singing your praises, they praise your service in a general way, that's actually not enough to dispel the biggest objections that other homeowners have to actually using your services. So what you have to do is guide them by asking very particular questions about their experience. Now, if you can ask one of your clients to send me a video testimonial, you could actually get anything, okay? You don't know what you're going to get. But think about this. If you ask your client this favour, would you mind recording me a short video that talks about how we did X, okay? Then you can show all the homeowners in your area how you solved that particular problem for someone else, okay? And this is what gets rid of one of the biggest problems of all. Because homeowners looking at yourselves and wondering, does this actually work? That objection will be dispelled immediately. So, do you want the document with all the video review scripts and the perfect template message to ask your clients for the video reviews that will actually work? Just drop me a line below and we can send it to you in Messenger. Okay, so we know we're going to add about a minute on that, so 5 minutes is what it is. But that's how easy it is, okay? Now, another thing that I generally do is, because when I first get a script, usually from Dan, and sometimes when I'm scrolling up, the paper will end here. Paper, the document end here. So I just press return loads and loads of times so that I can continue scrolling. Otherwise, you might find you get to about here and you're stuck because it's the end of the doc. So if you press return, like this, then when you get to here, you can scroll down and it will go through to the top. And you saw what I was doing. I was just literally scrolling, so my eyes are always near the top, so it doesn't look like I'm looking down. You always want to have your eyes on the camera. Okay, I hope that makes sense and I hope that was useful to you. Okay, cheerio.